Welcome to Hey Las Vegas. I'm your host, Bror Fredrik, the voice of Las Vegas. And I'm bringing you all the latest Vegas news, information, updates, and the occasional what the actual F. Today, I don't know what category it falls into. Maybe information, maybe updates, but we're going to talk about the Wynn paying some heavy-duty fines. And we're going to discuss that right after this. And while I have your attention, I'm going to invite you to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified when I do this again so you never miss an episode of Hey Las Vegas, which 3 to 5 times a week. Click on links, do all the stuff, and hit that bell button so you don't miss a thing. So, I'm going to roll some Wynn footage, and we're going to discuss why the Wynn had to pay $130 million to the federal government. I wonder what they did with it, but we'll get into that. But who knows? It's not the first time they've been levied heavy fines, and the RW is next on the list. Trust me. So let's get right into it. Here goes some Wynn footage, and let's discuss it. Now, bear in mind, I do indeed love the Wynn. They've always been good to us, whatever the case may be. So this is not to besmirch their character or their business dealings, but this is public knowledge at this point. So the Wynn agreed to pay $130 million to federal authorities and admit that it let unlicensed money transfer businesses from all over the world to funnel funds to gamblers at its Las Vegas property. Being that it's a publicly traded company, the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, as well as the United States Justice Department got involved. Now, this has been going on. It's an ongoing investigation that took almost a decade to settle. They paid the federal government $130 million fine. It said to federal authorities. I would love to know what they do with the money. Is it in reparations for what? Just a penalty. I guess the equivalent of when you and I get a parking ticket. Who knows where that money goes, but it went somewhere. $130 million. And that was considered a forfeit, and the largest forfeit by a casino based on admissions of criminal wrongdoing. So they admitted to criminal wrongdoing. The government characterized all this activity as convoluted transactions from overseas. Former employees were not supposedly anymore. They did facilitate the use of unlicensed money transmitting businesses, which both violated internal policies and the law. And the Wynn takes responsibilities, said a company spokesman. Okay, the Justice Department detailed several methods that were used in these money transfers. So basically, in case you did not know, you can transfer money in advance of your arrival to a casino. So if you did not feel like your gaming budget was $10,000 and you did not feel like carrying around $10,000 on the plane, in your wallet, in your fanny pack, whatever, in your sock, you could do a bank transfer to the Wynn or any other casino that I know of. And upon arrival, you can go to the cage and withdraw that money. It's held for you. So now this is where the crux of the situation arose with the Wynn. People were transferring large sums of money and withdrawing it in order to gamble at the property. These individuals who are gaming at the Wynn, otherwise, how would they put it? Otherwise would not been able to access money in the United States. So basically, they were having people from outside of the country wire money to the Wynn, going to the cage and withdrawing it. There was no other way these individuals who were on all sorts of lists, if they cannot access money in the United States, they shouldn't be gambling at the Wynn, number one, or doing any other transactions. So what they had accomplished is all these shady money transfer companies sending money to the cage, and they would go and withdraw it and gamble, which, how would I say, outside the casino world would be considered, to an extent, a form of laundering. There were 200 money transfers worth $18 million through bank accounts controlled by Wynn on behalf of 50 foreign casino patrons. That's not a whole lot of money. You divide 18 million by 50, that does not come out to a whole lot of money. However, they still got dinged going all the way back to 2014 through this SEC filing. It was a 6-year investigation, even though the case goes back almost 10 years. They admitted to being part of it without admitting, they admitted wrongdoing, but this is even though they considered it a criminal offense, they made the Wynn admit to the activity, but it was not considered money laundering or a prosecution per se. If it was you and I, it'd be a prosecution. Name it the Wynn, and it just becomes admit you did wrong and give us a shit ton of money. All right, a shit ton of money. They supposedly took in 18 million for 50 people over the course of a couple of years, and their fine, their forfeiture, was 130 million. That's a pretty big fine against $18 million. Same sort of situation that's taken place over at the RW, and we'll discuss that in another case. It's not the first time that the Wynn has been, fined, kicked in the nads, and what have you. We all know the story about Mr. Wynn, who's now, I think he's 82, living in Florida, perhaps. He consistently denied any type of SA situations, and he was ousted from his own companies, admitted no wrongdoing, but the Wynn had ended up paying the Nevada Gaming Commission $20 million for failing to investigate claims of SA. I can't say the word, you know what I'm talking about. The Nevada Gaming Commission is basically deemed itself the morality police for not reporting that. I get it, whatever. I'm not defending. I wasn't there, you weren't there, whatever the case may be. Fines were paid. This is not the first time the Wynn or Steve Wynn himself has had to pay fines. Wynn Resorts agreed in November 2019 to accept $20 million in damages from Wynn and $21 million from insurance carriers to settle lawsuits. So the Wynn is not unfamiliar with paying fines, but this is a big one, $130 million for allowing unauthorized money transfers to their property to the tune of 18 million. Let's check out really quickly their stock. Their stock in the past 6 months is down 23%. From a high 6 months ago of 107, today they closed at approximately 77. They are down big time over the course. From their all-time high, I believe it was 150. Now, this is going back to deciding all this downtrend to a degree was to see what the Nevada Gaming Commission would actually do. So I anticipate a bounce, but if you're like me, I would stay away in general from casino stocks as a whole. Let's just discuss the Gaming Commission for a second. For all the people out there who say, hey, Bror Fredrik, the Nevada Gaming Commission wouldn't let casinos run their games on servers. The RNG, that's the way it is, and they can't change it. They would be arrested by the Nevada What? We just found out without a doubt that you can accept foreign transfers, basically from who knows where, illegally. They admitted to illegal activities. Just pay a fine. So do you think, for 1 second, the Nevada Gaming Commission is sitting there and checking machines to make sure they're paying 92.58%? Not a freaking chance. Not a freaking chance. The gaming authority is there. The gaming commission is there to protect themselves, to protect the casino. You and I come in second unless it's something extraordinarily egregious. Accepting money through foreign entities and letting individuals game who otherwise would not be allowed to game or access their money in a casino, or perhaps the entire United States, is pretty freaking egregious, and they want to stay off the federal radar. So this was something that had to be done and dealt with. They're not going to protect you from a machine that's paying 92% when it's supposed to be paying 96%. Good luck with that. They're here to protect the casinos. In this case, again, to protect the casinos, they did not want the feds stepping in on this. They are not unfamiliar with paying fines, and that was a pretty freaking huge one. Do you know that they operate at their current quarter? They brought in, I think, $250 million, if I'm not mistaken. I'll look it up. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen. However, do you know they only held a little over or a little under 7% for themselves? So they have net operating costs of 93% plus. So for every dollar they take into that property, they're only keeping about 7 cents, whether it's gaming or whatever, with all the overhead that's involved. That's a pretty slim margin. And all these casinos work on extremely slim margins. That's why their stock sucks. Their earnings per share was like 91 cents estimated. So yeah, don't touch the casino stocks. But I do have something for you real quick. And we're gonna talk, we're gonna say the lows and all that other stuff. So don't go anywhere. Anyway, someone sent me this, a company called New Q. And I was just like, I get a ton of shit. There is a box over there of crap, like literal crap. Oh, you want to try it out, Bror Fredrik? Maybe people love it. No, I wouldn't even give it to Goodwill. I'm just waiting for the right day to toss it. However, this thing was different. There is a link in the description plus 30% off. Now, what the heck is this? If you have an iPhone, you need one of these. I got this out. I was just like, I think I need one of these. Let's see. So I have 2 iPhones, actually. It is, yes, a MagSafe. And you could see it's already rocking a charge. It is a MagSafe battery. All right, we've seen those before, have we not? I think we have. Okay, it is charging. I'm at 64%. Let me shut her down. Let me show you. Yeah, it's pretty run-of-the-mill. Okay, cool. However, this one is different. And I tried this over the course of a weekend. What this thing does is not only is it a MagSafe charger, bam, pretty secure. Not only can it charge my AirPods, again, MagSafe charging boss. Check this out. You know, I rock the watch also. Check this out. Bonk. Is that sick or what? So I can sit this somewhere, charge my whole ecosystem, and it sits down on a desk or whatever. I could charge my entire ecosystem. Or if this sucker's got a charge, I can go ahead and pop this on. And everything's charged. Now, I tried it. It takes about an hour and a half to fully charge this thing from 0. And I was able to get 3 full charges out of it, both for the phone and for my watch. Let me unlock it and keep all the stats going. So this thing is sick. It's not heavy. It'll pass through TSA because it's under 20,000. It's 10,000. And it also has, for charging and charging other things, you could also plug in a cable to it. So technically, you could have your phone, your watch, your iPods. You can even charge like an iPad with this, which is pretty amazing. Like I said, this is a 30% off coupon too, which brings the cost, I think, plus or minus $30 while supplies last. They told me to say that, while supplies last. But you know me, it's very rare that I show you something that you might be interested in. But this, I think you're going to be interested in. The price is right. The quality is good. And it's got that soft feel. It's not hard, so it's rubberized in case you drop it. And I've been using it for a while. And I freaking love it. You know, you can also set it up like this. I don't know if you can see in the back there. Yeah, that's cool. Watch your freaking YouTubes, not lose a charge. So, it's pretty sick. There's a link in the description. And I think, while supplies last, 30% off. So, I appreciate everyone hanging out. I love you guys. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.